Ba, 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 ba. Hey, kia ora. Helen Brahms here, coming to you live from Surprise in Arizona. Welcome to Before the Dirt Nap podcast number 1647. Whew, we are getting up there, and I even missed an important date, which I will talk about in a moment, because I was just making sure I have my day numbers correct, was checking on that. So first of all, I want to say welcome to everybody who is joining us on Facebook, joining us on YouTube, joining us on TikTok, joining us on the replay. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So tonight we're going to be talking about aligning words with wishes. So speaking things into existence or keeping those thoughts on the straight and narrow to help you achieve your goals. So what important date did I just miss? Well, January 31st was day 1644 of continual lives / podcasts. And that happened to be our 4.5-year mark. So we've made it 4 years and 6 months and 3 days as of today. So we actually missed the 4.5. I knew it was coming up. I just didn't know when it was. And today, before I came on, I thought, let me just double check the date calculator thing. There's a really cool site where you can actually type in days and it counts all the days and everything for you. So I went to that and yeah, there it was. So, but we are heading for day 1827, which will be 5 years, and that will be on the 31st of July. So that's where we're heading for, but we just passed the 4.5-year mark. So tonight we're talking about aligning words with wishes. This is when you turn around and this came about because today I had a realization. I have a situation that's going on at the moment that is really bugging me and frustrating me and getting me upset, highly stressed. Got a lot of anxiety about it and everything else. And I have people that I talk with and all of that. And I just can't get past this barrier. And I kept going, what is going on? I'm doing everything I should. I'm being grateful. I'm coming from a place of love and gratitude, yet I get frustrated. So I've now got to turn it around. And it is just like annoying the crap. It really is annoying the crap out of me right now. And although my sleep's not affected too much, I do get a little restless at nights, but I try to put everything out of because I have my routine in the evenings that helps my brain quieten down. But I usually find that when I'm under stress and stuff, sleeping does help. But today I'm walking around and I started on this thing. Something came up about this topic today, and I just, poor Zeffie, she got an earful this day. She just sat there looking at me with her head cocked like, what the hell are you talking about, you stupid woman? And I was going on, and all of a sudden it hit me, and I just stopped, and I went, oh my gosh. Every time I talk about the frustrations, I'm talking about it not from a place of love and gratitude. And I'm like, oh. So that was a real wake-up call for me that I have where I write down my affirmations, I write down my gratitude. I don't do this on a daily basis. So I know that sometimes I will go for days on end, weeks on end, months on end, and then all of a sudden I'll just take a break. No explanation, no nothing. It just happens. It's not a conscious thought. And so I was sort of like, what the heck? And then I realized that what I was doing is that every time I got frustrated about it, I was talking about it in a negative sense, which is then reinforcing that negativity, that frustration and that stress and that anxiety about that thing. And I was sort of like, oh my gosh, how often am I doing? And it's just like a boom, slap you in the face. Okay, that was a little late on the timing. Sorry. But it was just like this big realization I had today. And so I've turned around and I was trying to find that love and acceptance for it. How can I come from a place of love and gratitude in this situation? I have to turn it around. So first of all, I have acknowledged that I am going about this the wrong way, and I have accepted that. And now look at my dog. So I'm just catching her on the screen here with her head up there on the armrest. She's so cute. Understand, and now I've got to figure out what are the triggers that are causing me to have these actions, because oftentimes, and this happens a lot when we're setting goals, and things get put on the back burner for a reason. And then there's times when I'm sort of like, okay, this is what my goal, and I have an accountability partner, and every week I tell her, this is what my goal, this is what I did this week, these are the goals I achieved, this is what I'm going for next week. And last week I had to tell her I didn't get that one. Well, I did get this one, but I didn't get this one. And she's like, okay, what can we do to retune it? And it didn't occur to me at the time that this is what I should be doing with my self-talk. You can do things like, people turn around and they're always talking. I mean, the commercials are everywhere. They're everywhere about weight loss. And that just irks me like nobody's business. It's sort of like, why are you telling people that they need to lose weight? Why can't you tell them that they need to release weight? They need to find another word for loss, because if you think about it, the psychology behind the word loss is that if your brain hears, oh, I've lost something, like I've lost my car keys, I've lost my wallet, I've lost my glasses, I've lost my phone. What do? You go into find mode. You're looking for this item that you've lost. So if you lose weight, your brain's going to think, oh my gosh, I've lost weight. I need to go find it. And this is why a lot of people don't succeed so well with the weight. Yes, they'll have the initial weight loss and all that, and they're like, yay, this is great, da, 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 da. But the brain in the meantime is going, hang on, we've lost this stuff. We've got to go find it again. Ask me how I know. I have zigzagged up and down and yo-yoed up and down on different plans and everything else. I find it, when somebody was talking about the language that we use and reframing the narrative that we use with ourselves, it was sort of like, oh, so what if I release the weight? Then my brain's not going to go looking for it. So that's what I started to do. I started talking about releasing weight. And then I took it a step further, because the universe is whatever you want it to be, whether it is, whatever religion you want it to be, whatever non-religion you want it to be, it is just the universe. It is an all-encompassing thing. The universe works in checks and balances. For every subtraction, it's got to have an addition somewhere. If you think about accounting, you got your debits and your credits. For every debit, there has to be a credit on the balance sheet for it to all balance out. And this is the way the universe works in checks and balances. So it's got to have debits and credits. So if you release weight, it has to go somewhere. Where is it going to go? So why not specify? And this is something that I've been working on, and I don't do it consistently. But I have released, last I checked, which was about a week ago, 1.5 inches off my waist. I don't know how many pounds that is. I don't care. All I know is that my torso area is it's shrinking. And I have noticed it. I noticed it in my clothes. This top tonight is fitting me rather nice. It used to be very snug on me. It's got a little bit of, yes, I wear stretchy clothes, but this is even just not stretching it. It's got a little bit of give on here, and it used to be very fitting. So I'm noticing it in the clothes that I wear, that they're starting to get a little looser. And this is great, because I look at it as that I am releasing weight into the universe for somebody who needs it. There are people out there who have to put weight on in order for the good of their health. You've got babies that are in NICU that need to put weight on so they can go home. You've got people who have eating disorders that have to put weight on in order to graduate from the program that they're on. You've got people who need to put weight on just for the good of their health. And it's not, it's not their fault. It's just their metabolism that they have to eat a lot to keep the weight on. Otherwise, they lose it too quickly. So there's people that have all sorts of weight challenges. So you've got those that have got the excess weight that they want to get rid of. And then you have those who don't have enough weight that need to add it. So why not release your weight into the universe for someone who needs it? And sometimes I get specific. I'm like, today I'm releasing 2 pounds into the universe for NICU babies that need to put the weight on so they can go home and thrive. And I've had friends that have had babies in NICU, and they all say, as soon, and I was like, well, when can we get, and they're talking about the progress their babies made. So when can you take them home? They have to reach this weight goal. I'm like, I'm on it. I'm releasing weight, and I will actually name that baby, because that baby needs to get its butt out of hospital and get home and start enjoying life. So that, it's just how you reframe the narrative. When you're talking about other things in your life, like achieving goals, you've got a goal that you want to open a business and you want it to be successful. How can you reframe that so that you're always thinking about it in a positive light and coming from a place of love and gratitude? And one of the other ways I've found with this is practicing mindfulness. There are mornings, not every morning, I will admit, I am going to be more consistent with this. I'm working, like I said, I will go days, weeks, months of getting up at 5 o'clock every morning, which I do, and then coming and sitting out here at my table and having my mindfulness moment. And it's just me present there with the universe, in whatever realm it seems to be. And so it's just my mindfulness moment. I will sit there, I will journal, I will meditate, devotion time, whatever you want to call it. That's my mindfulness moment. And I start my day with that love and gratitude. And it makes a big difference in the day. Well, I haven't been doing that lately, and I'm getting frustrated on the situation that's going on. And I was, venting today, and I suddenly stopped in the middle of it and was like, hang on. No wonder I'm having issues, because I am enforcing the negative and not enforcing the positive. So we need to reframe everything and start getting back in alignment with ourselves, back into alignment with our goals, back into alignment with where we want to go, with our direction and everything else. So we are now working on getting back in alignment. I have a great support system where I can call up this person if I need to and just say, hey, I've actually got a couple of friends I can call up and go, hey, I'm having this issue. But today I made that realization myself, and now I have to reframe. So that is just like, I am super excited about that because now I can get back on track. And let's see what else. And, and then it's going to be celebrating the progress. When I start seeing those, and these are times when sometimes you've got to take just small steps. As long as you keep moving forward, it doesn't matter if it's a half a step forward in a shuffle. It doesn't matter if it's a full stride of a step or if it's a extra long step that you take. As long as it is a forward movement. It doesn't matter if you're down on your knees and you're crawling, or if you're on your stomach and you're crawling along. Man, I hated those things. On the stomach and having to use your elbows, your lower arms and shoulder, because I had no shoulder strength at the time, and having to use the arms and pull yourself along underneath that barbed wire stuff. Yeah, that was not fun. Yeah, I was surprised I even got through that. Well, somehow I got through boot camp and I never climbed the rope, never got over the 6-foot wall on the obstacle course. And what was the other one? There was another one that required upper body strength, because I just didn't have the upper body strength. I coached gymnastics for, I've been a gym coach for almost 5 years at that point when I joined the military. And and in boot camp, they said you can't pass boot camp unless you get over the 6-foot wall. I never got over the 6-foot wall. You can't pass boot camp unless you get your butt up that rope there. I could get my feet off the ground for a couple of handholds, and that was it. I was done. It just killed my shoulders. Somehow I passed boot camp, and I never got over the 6-foot wall and never climbed the rope. And there was another thing that I had to do, which I didn't do. I guess they saw the A for effort. I did try. I tried my hardest. I had blisters on my hands from trying to climb the ropes, and I whacked my knee a few times trying to get up over this wall and never made it. So it was only a 6-foot high wall. I'm only 5'4". So, some of the 8 inches or something I had to get up over. But nope, couldn't do it. I could grab the top of the wall. I just couldn't pull my body up. Anyway, so, taking those small steps and just celebrating the progress when you make those small steps. It could be that you start on that negative talk again, and immediately you're like, whoa, hang on, rewind. Let's try that again. And one thing that I do have is I have a breakdown journal. And the breakdown journal, I write in what the breakdown is and how am I going to remedy it? How am I going to reframe the narrative for it? And in future, if this thought comes up again, what steps do I need to take to correct, to self-correct and get back online and get back on course again? So these are just some things that you can do. And even in business, for my businesses, if I lose a sale, why did I lose that? I wrote down, hey, we lost a sale today. What was the reason that the client gave? Is there something we could have done better? And I even asked the client, is there anything we could have done better to help the sale go through? And they will give me a yes or a no, or they might tell me, they may say, no, it's not your end, it's on our end because of blah, 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 blah. And they give me the excuse as to why they couldn't go through with the sale, which one of them was really cool. Their daughter got engaged, and the time they were looking at traveling was going to be when she decided to have her wedding. So they couldn't go on their trip anymore. And that was okay. And now they had a wedding to pay for. That's okay. They came back after the wedding and we got them on another trip. So at that time we lost the sale because it wasn't a permanent loss of the sale. It was just a deferred sale. So looking at those where you have absolutely lost, and some of them it's been on my end and some of it's been on the client's end. So, but having that open communication has helped with that, and writing into this breakthrough journal, into the breakdown journal, what happened, what the breakdown was, and what we did, what processes do we put in place to prevent that from happening again? What process did we put in place? How did we work around it? If this comes up again, here's the steps we're going to take. So it's be very conscious about what words are coming out. You might be sitting there, and like there are days that I will be sitting there and I will be writing in my affirmations. I will be writing in my what I'm thankful for that day, my points of gratitude and stuff. And I will be doing everything in the positive thing. And then something happens in the afternoon that triggers, and all of a sudden that day that was nice and bright and positive and full of sparkle suddenly becomes a dull sparkle splat. It's still sparkling, but it's just not as bright as it was. But, you know, my saying is no matter what happens today is always, always super fantastic and sparkling. There is always some sparkle. It's even like on a cloudy day, the sun is still shining. You just can't see it, but it's there. And that's the same with how, you know, our thoughts are there. Our positive thoughts are there. Our backup support system is in place. We may not see it at the time. We may not feel it at the time. It is still there. So it's taking a leap of faith at times and getting out there and, what was it? Fun. Faith Unlimited Now. Yes, fun. That's the acronym for fun. Faith Unlimited Now. I got told that by my accountability partner the other day. So that's it from us. We are out of here. Go out, have a super fantastic, sparkling evening. Oh, leave us your thoughts about what are some of the things that you do to combat negative self-talk. What are some of the things that you do to help combat your negative self-talk? What do you do? What is your process? Do you have where you go off for a time and you meditate? Do you go out and do some physical movement or exercise? What is it that you do that helps you reframe the narrative so that you can keep moving forward with your plans and your goals and everything else? So that's it from me. Thank you everybody for tuning in, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube or TikTok or even on the replay. Thank you all for tuning in and watching. We totally appreciate you taking time out of your day to sit and listen to me ramble. It is truly appreciated. And thanks for all the likes and loves that you guys give as well. They are always appreciated. And we will catch you guys back here tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Hei konera.